More breaking news today. Before the trade deadline, about a week before the trade deadline, PJ Tucker to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks win this trade. The Houston Rockets said in reports that they wanted to get a talented young player in return for PJ Tucker. They had no takers. Okay, so the best they could get, and this is the return. I wrote it down so I could get it right. The Rockets get DJ Augustine, DJ Wilson, a 2023 first round pick from Milwaukee, and the right to swap their 2021 pick, which we'll talk about. Milwaukee gets PJ Tucker, Radions Kurucs, and the 2022 first round pick from themselves that they had previously traded to Houston. All this really is Houston had a Milwaukee first round pick, and they have a Milwaukee first round pick at the end of it. All they did was push that back 1 year. So when they say, oh, the Rockets got an unprotected first round pick for PJ Tucker, kinda, they already had an unprotected first round pick. So really, this is just taking the first round pick they have from Milwaukee and pushing it back 1 year to 2023, which is probably smart. I mean, I guess there's a chance that Giannis leaves the Bucks, and that first round pick is extremely valuable. So the further out you push it, the more valuable it would become. They also got the right to swap picks in the 2021 draft. Now, the Rockets get the Bucks first round pick for the Rockets second round pick. So you're like, oh man, the Rockets are going to move up into the first round, and the Bucks are going to have to move back to the first round instead of having a first round pick. No, think about it. The Bucks are going to be one of the lowest first round picks, and the Rockets are going to be one of the highest second round picks. So all that really is like moving up 5 slots. That's it. So really, all this was a very small return for the Houston Rockets. This is not at all what I expected. I expected at least the Rockets to get Pat Connaughton or the Rockets to get Dante DiVincenzo. All they got really was DJ Wilson, and they pushed a first-round pick the next year. I mean, that's not much to me. So congratulations to the Bucks. Great for Bucks fans. PJ Tucker on the Bucks will look like a much better player than he did this year in Houston. Why? Because he was playing well at the beginning of the year, but since then, he's shooting like 31% from downtown because he doesn't have James Harden to set him up. And so PJ Tucker looks like a 35-year-old when James Harden isn't there, having so much gravity with the basketball, being able to kick it out to PJ Tucker in the corner, wide open. Now he'll be back on a team with a dominant MVP-level player in Giannis, and I think PJ Tucker is going to play a lot better like the PJ Tucker we know. His defense is still up there, even though he's going to be 36 years old. It's funny, the Bucks have that DNA and that reputation of being a really good defensive team. They're actually middle of the road this year, probably because they're trying different things. They are switching a lot more on defense, which is something that Mike Budenholzer didn't do very often. So we're really happy to see them switching. It's hurt their defense, but the most switchable player in the NBA outside of the Warriors is PJ Tucker. So this is really good offensively and defensively for the Bucks. And it makes sense that the Bucks are going all in for Giannis. They told Giannis, if you sign on the dotted line, if you sign the 5-year Supermax extension with us, we are going to spare no expense. We're going to trade 3 draft picks for Drew Holiday. We are going to now go out and win the PJ Tucker sweepstakes. That is great. If you watched my should they buy or sell video today, I said the Bucks should buy, but I don't think they'll be able to because they don't have the assets. Well, good for John Horst, their front office guy, for making this happen. Houston, no takers on the young talent. You know, they wanted young talent. I said in a mock trade video, maybe the Lakers get PJ Tucker for Talen Horton-Tucker. Maybe the Denver Nuggets get PJ Tucker for Zeke Naji or RJ Hampton. The Nuggets don't get Tucker. The Lakers don't get Tucker. The Nets, the Celtics. Honestly, for a lot of you guys, this is probably just as much about who didn't get PJ Tucker as it is about who got PJ Tucker. So one less interesting name is off the trade market. My most interesting names to watch now, you know, Andre Drummond. I don't think Bradley Beal is going to get traded. This is actually a really kind kind of a boring trade deadline. There aren't really like huge difference makers, and that's okay. This isn't to me one of the more electric, memorable trade markets that I can remember in a long time. So we'll see. Okay. I know Supreme Game. So that's really my whole rant and my reaction on the PJ Tucker thing. I'm going to post this if you missed any of it in the beginning. I do want to get back out that door to watching the Sixers Bucks game, even though Joel Embiid's not in it. So let's just do some questions for a few minutes while we still have 300 or so peeps. And Torrey Craig to Phoenix. Good point. I forgot about that. I'm very happy for Phoenix. They get another switchable wing who's good at defense, so good for them. All right. What do we got in terms of questions, comments, anything? What do you think the Lakers' move will be? Well, Armin, the Lakers have one first-round pick that they can trade. One. Yeah, the deadline's March 25th, Omar. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm just saying that we're about a week from the deadline. So, Armin, we've got one first-round pick that the Lakers can trade, so that's good. The good news for them is the buyout market. So, I think for the Lakers, they have TJ. I'm going to get to your question in a sec. They've got Los Angeles. And so a lot of these guys who get bought out, it's no surprise that you hear rumors that they want to pick LA, right? So Andre Drummond is supposed to be his first or second choice is the Lakers. I don't think the Lakers will trade. I think the Lakers will do some sort of buyout option. So TJ says, do you think the Bucks could make the finals? I'm a Bucks fan, but personally, I can't see us beating the Nets. No, I agree with you. It's really hard to see. It's really hard to see the Bucks making the finals. Look, we've seen them play so well in the regular season, but they've lost in the second round in back-to-back years. So no, man. For me, I'll believe it when I see it for the Bucks. PJ Tucker, obviously a 36-year-old role player, does not put anyone over the top. So, Armin, you got it, buddy. Thanks to you. Should the Cavs draft a big like Mobley or another guard like Cade? I would go a wing. I mean, Okoro has looked decent. You've got, your backcourt has improved from last year. And in the front court, you got Jared Allen now. I would go for a wing. I would go for some sort of 3 or a 4. Drummond trade, Greek Freak. I don't see it, buddy. I mean, he makes so much money. He makes $28.5 million. You'd have to flip the salary both ways. The only teams that could do that would be someone with a lot of expiring contracts. I would have to look at it. Is the Rockets' future actually good? They have Kevin Porter Jr. and some low-value picks and could lose their own high-value picks. No. The Rockets' future is not good unless they get a top 3 pick and they get Cade Cunningham or something. I think, honestly, the Rockets' future will be determined mostly by the NBA draft lottery that we're going to have. I mean, let me answer it this way. What was the New Orleans Pelicans' future before they got Zion Williamson with the number 1 overall pick? To me, they were just an average future, not a very exciting team. Sure, Brandon Ingram's turned into something, and now that they won the draft lottery, that's what the Rockets need. The Rockets need that. And if y'all didn't know, the Rockets keep their pick if they are in the top 6 picks. So that's it. Okay, guys, that is all I got. I'm going to post this reaction in case you missed any in the beginning. I appreciate each and every one of you. Seriously, I'm able to do YouTube full-time. I love the NBA. And my whole mission here is to give strong opinions and strong stories to help you guys live your best NBA life, whatever that means. If you're a big fan, if you just want to argue with your friends, if you just want to be entertained, AM Hoops is strong stories and opinions so you can live your best NBA life. That's it. So I'm hoping that I am doing that for you guys. We'll go live. It is trade season, baby. Let's do this. Adios.